All right. Well, we're doing it. This is day one officially of living in a Japanese camper van. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Zen. I'm 22. I just graduated school this past May. And instead of getting a job right away, I decided to buy this thing. And now I live in it. And it's kind of insane. I'm still not used to it yet. But I'm very excited. I think it'll be a good time. I'd like to post vlogs, at least a few times a week, if not every day, and just show you guys what I'm doing. So my plan is to just go through and pass through at least most of the states. I really didn't want to go straight into the workforce right after finishing college. I got pretty burnt out, and I feel like if I don't do this now, I'm going to regret it later. So let me show you guys my car because I'm sure you've never seen this before. So this is my van. It's a 1991 Toyota Town Ace, which is a Japanese market car that was never produced in the US. So the steering wheel is in fact on the other side. I'll show a little video of that. And it's also a 5-speed manual transmission paired to a diesel engine, which is pretty awesome. It's also got locking front manual hubs for engaging it into four-wheel drive. And it's just a really solid, simple, bulletproof combination of features that I think will keep me on the road for quite a long while. And compared to anything else in the US that has these features, it's a lot cheaper. I got this thing for about $16,000. I can stand up fully inside. It's got a sink, a stove, shower, toilet, fridge, which I'll show you in a moment. And anything else that you could fit all that stuff into here, you're looking at those Ram ProMasters, Mercedes Sprinter vans, and I don't have that kind of money. So this is made for a real sort of eclectic, eye-catching vehicle that is really a joy to drive. So let me go ahead and show you guys the inside. Coming around the passenger side, we've got the back door, which has a screen on it, which is really nice. You can pop that off and just close that if you'd like. Stepping on in here, we've got my homemade rugs with my little wipe-off mat right here. And you're immediately greeted with the kitchen area. So we've got our propane stove, flip-up sink with a water filter on there, some space here for seasonings, oil, dish supplies, towels, cooking utensils, and immediately to the left of that we have the bathroom, which I've put some shower curtains on. There used to be a door, but I took it off because of the fridge. And inside we've got our shower head with our cassette toilet and some shower supplies in there. So the bathroom's really nice to use in a pinch. If you don't feel like going inside to use the bathroom, or at least getting out of the van, you can go in there. And then to the left here, we've got our main living area. So up there, that's usually serves as like a lofted bed, but I've kind of just repurposed it to store all my bedding because my main sleeping space is down here. So we've got a bench there with a table in the middle, which actually drops down and turns into a bed space. And then I also have a bench right here, which can be slid out over here and turned into a full, I guess almost queen size bed, which is really nice. And here we've got our hanging counter with a lot of space, toiletries in here. We've got blender, toaster, and coffee maker, just some basic appliances for breakfast and stuff like that, making shakes. We've got some more toiletries right here. We also have a nice Polaroid camera. We've got a white noise fan right here. And then these overhead cabinets are my clothes storage, which as you can see, it's really not the neatest, but it gets the job done. And we also have right here a roll down projector screen for when I want to kick back and watch movies and things like that. And peeking in front, as you can see, the steering wheel is in fact on the other side, and it's got that manual column shifter right there behind my water bottle. Pretty interesting. Makes for a pretty cool driving experience. All right, moving back outside here. On the rear of the car, we've got our liquid propane tank, which runs straight through the back into the propane stove. Pretty easy to change out, and it's also locked. Combined with that, I've got two folding chairs here on a little homemade rack with a bungee. Seems to be holding up pretty well so far. Nice to be able to have chairs whenever I'm at a spot where I can kick back and hang out for a little while. And it is pretty cold where I am here in Columbia, South Carolina, so you may be asking, how do I stay warm? Well, you can see the muffler there, that's a diesel heater, so I'll overlay a little video of where it is on the inside. It's underneath the bench, but it has been excellent for keeping me warm in this 20-degree weather, which I'm not used to being from Charleston, South Carolina. In this little side compartment here, we've got my shore power cable and also water hose for filling up. And over here is the diesel tank. And then coming back over here, this is the cassette toilet tank that you unlock, take the tank out, and you can dump your waste at the dump stations and whatnot. So that's a really nice thing to have when I'm just in a pinch and I don't feel like getting out in the cold to go pee or whatever. It's just nice to have that. And then, of course, for those that are curious about the stuff that you don't see that keeps me going on the road, I am currently on a 330 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery connected to a 20 amp DC to DC charge controller between my alternator and my battery so that I can charge whenever I drive without overloading the alternator. So that pretty much powers everything in the rear of the camper. I have some DC electronics hooked up to it, but I've also got a 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter that powers those appliances that you saw on the counter space earlier. Additionally, I've got a 16-gallon freshwater tank, which is connected to a 12-volt water pump going to my sink and also to the shower. And I've got, like I said earlier, the diesel heater that's also connected to 12-volt power. Really, really efficient, good investment in my opinion. Only draws a little bit of current to run the fuel pump. But besides all those things, the main reason why I bought this thing is just because of its simplicity, of its compact size, and its reliability. So, like I said, it's a 1991 Toyota with only about 70,000 miles on it. It's also a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder diesel, which is really, really nice. I've worked on it already, and it hasn't been too much trouble. I've been driving it for about 6 months now, although I've only just started living in it. But throughout that time, it's been a really, really simple, slow going, but very reliable vehicle to drive. So with that, I'll go ahead and hop in the van here and give you guys a startup so you can hear what it sounds like, get an idea of what it's like to be in one of these. So first thing, I'll show you here. If you look at the gauge cluster, you can see there's no tachometer, even though it's a manual. So I've been driving this thing just based off of listening to where the RPMs are at and praying that I'm in the right spot to shift. So putting the key in here, you can hear the little Japanese lady talk to me. It's pretty funny. Let the glow plugs warm up for a moment. Starts right up pretty much all the time. I haven't had any problems with it. Give you a couple revs here. So there's that for you. But yeah, it seems to be a real healthy motor. I mean, like I said, I've been driving it for, I guess, 6 months now, and I really haven't had any problems, except I've had to replace one of the battery clamps that was getting loose. I also did the timing belt just for preventative maintenance and a couple of oil changes as well, and fluids, of course. But other than that, man, it's been a real nice ride. Loud and slow, but I don't care about that if it gets me to where I need to be. But I think I'll leave you guys with that for now. Just wanted to do a little tour, but of course I'm going to be uploading very consistently, or as consistently as I can. I mean, I've pretty much got nothing but time now that I'm living on the road, so I'm going to try and get a video out for y'all at least several times a week, if not every day. So I'll do my very best to get that out for you. Just kind of show y'all what it's like to live this life, because I don't really even know what it's like myself yet. So I'll figure that out soon enough here. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any comments or suggestions, things you'd like to see, please let me know. I'm excited to do this, and I appreciate any support from y'all as well. So stay tuned. I'll catch you guys later.